Architectural photography is more than just the visual documentation of buildings. These are architectural photographs by Joel Bustamante, taken in the early to mid-1980s that feature various buildings in Japan. Bustamante was born in 1949 in Caracas, Venezuela, and thereafter enjoyed an international career. As a graduate student at the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale, he worked in the college's photography department. He eventually owned and operated an advertising agency in Caracas, before obtaining a master's degree in architectural photography from Nihon University in Chiyoda City, Tokyo, Japan. It was during this time that he photographed the modern architecture of Japan that was changing Tokyo cityscapes. Post-World War II Japan embraced the architectural style of brutalism, which originated in Great Britain in the 1950s and spread internationally. The name was derived from the French béton brut, or raw concrete. Brutalist architecture was characterized by exposed rough concrete, geometric shapes, and simple lines. However, it was Japanese architects, most notably Kenzo Tange, that reimagined Japanese architecture during the 1960s and 1970s to a style called metabolism. It was more organic in form, and was based on biological processes to accommodate growth and adaptability for urban design. Architectural photographers serve as the intermediary between the architect and the viewer, using photographic composition to enhance design principles and appreciation of a building's form. Take Bustamante's photos of Kenzo Tange's National Stadium gymnasiums, for example, which were built for the 1964 Tokyo Olympics in Yoyogi Park. The first gymnasium is oval and has a symmetrical spine-like suspension roof, which Bustamante features, but chose to play up the lines of the structure with high contrast. The second gymnasium is round, with a curvature similar to a gastropod shell, which Bustamante captures from an angle that concentrates on the juxtaposition of the curving lines with the vertical lines. The afternoon light creates linear shadows on the underbelly of the exterior and showcases the reflective steel of the inner spiral. Contrast and lighting also define the lines in Bustamante's exterior and interior photographs of St. Mary's Cathedral, also designed by Tange. In this photo, the modular sections of this unidentified building are characteristic of brutalism. Bustamante's timing of the shot showcases the daylight that invites shadows and creates depth within the inset windows, starkly contrasted by the vertical lines of the outer walls. Bustamante also photographed the buildings of the commercial and administrative hub of Shinjuku, the result of Tokyo's first major push to build skyscrapers beginning in the 1970s. The photographic record of these buildings is especially important for posterity, as some of the skyscrapers no longer exist, such as Kenzo Tange's Akasaka Prince Hotel, which was known for its sawtooth facade and was demolished in 2011, or the Asahi Seimei Otemachi building, destroyed in 2023 to make room for a new 21st century skyscraper. Bustamante's academic residence in Japan was timely, as he was also able to capture the 1985 International Exposition. Japan's Tsukuba Science City, located northeast of Tokyo, hosted Expo 85, a specialized world fair with a theme that showcased advancements in science and technology. Bustamante's photos demonstrate his keen appreciation for the structures built for the occasion, as opposed to a more casual snapshot by a visitor or sightseer. The yellow cube outside of the Sumitomo Pavilion was particularly memorable, as it appeared as if it was floating mid-air above visitors. Bustamante shot the cube from various angles to fully capture and appreciate the three-dimensional effect of the building's mirrored facade created from every viewable angle. Viewpoint is one of the compositional pillars of architectural photography. This photograph of the Matsushita Pavilion is a perfect example of Bustamante's consideration of this factor. Instead of shooting directly in front of the pavilion, he shot the conical element that sat atop the pavilion from a side view. The cone peeks over the edge of the nearby Fuyo Robot Theater, creating a skillful balance of the triangulated forms with space, line, and contrast. Bustamante was also strategic in this shot of the Fuyu Robot Theater. His attention to line is especially apparent as the angle of the sculpture in the foreground matches, in almost perfect parallel, the diagonal rise of the theater pavilion in the background. The domed shape of the theater is also mimicked in the slight dome of the sculpture's base. Bustamante's attention to a building's form and photographic composition makes his architectural photographs works of art in their own right.